what it is. The Great Real Scally back again. And today we got a very, very deep topic coming straight from your boy, the Ron King. And I'm going to establish this link right here, you feel me? And, you know what y'all need to do. Y'all need to like, share, subscribe, you feel me? Get the boy popping. You know, we want to road to many things. We also got the passports coming along. We traveling everywhere. Y'all can catch us in a couple states this summer. But today we're going to talk about the downfall of, I'm going to link it to downfall of like any black entertainer whatsoever. Like, and the reason I feel like that, if you look back at it, I'm gonna bring up like several cases from, you feel me, back and forth. But the first one that I feel like we should talk about is Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby definitely lost his case, right? And it is such a shame because everything that he did, you feel me, it was empowering for the black community. But it's so crazy because Harvey Weinstein did the same thing and was convicted, but Harvey Weinstein got a slap on the wrist. And I feel like that's so messed up when you think about it, that Bill Cosby and Harvey Weinstein did the exact same thing. And it's just like crazy how Bill Cosby's the one in jail and Harvey's not. And Harvey's was in the limelight recently, like, and nothing happened to him. And I feel like it has to do with color. As much as we don't want it to be there, like, you feel me, I wish it was something different. That's what it is. And then after that, we got R. Kelly right now. Now, R. Kelly was already in the limelight for this stuff. Like, I want to say, hold on. I'm going to look it up and see when he was in court for this, like. Back in 2003. So, back in 2003, you feel me? That's like 16 years ago, okay? And it's so weird that we just, like, he's back in the limelight again. Now, I watched the interview and stuff, and it's kind of hurtful to see him being tore down like that because, like, there's a lot of stuff that was like, if you watch the documentary, you would see that was like fake. Like the one girl's mom, Savage's mom, was like she never met him a day in her life, but then she has pictures with him with her daughter and her husband, which is awkward. And then there's the I forgot the one girl's name, but like Savage's dad was representing her, but she has a whole background of lying, extorting, blackmailing, all types of stuff when it comes to this. And we overlook this stuff because, you know, it's crazy. Like, we overlook it because it's like so awkward. And we don't really care about it because it's like, yo, it's R. Kelly, he did it before. But then the latest one, the reason why I'm really happy he brought this to my attention, is Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson has been dead for a very long time. And I'm about to show you, like, Michael Jackson's been dead since he died exactly 10 years ago. So he's been dead for 10 years, and they just released this thing called Survivor Neverland. And it's so weird that they wait 10 years for this stuff to happen. Now, if you don't see any pattern here, like, there's really something wrong with you. Okay, Bill Cosby was going by NBC a very, very long time ago. And he's one of the only few comedians who doesn't cuss in their acts. And we don't hear from him. And it takes the females a very long time to come forward. I'm not saying, you know, maybe they were scared or anything like that, but for you to come years and years later, and it's like, wow. But then you turn around. I don't know what R. Kelly was doing, you know, in the meantime when he wasn't after that, because I haven't heard too much of him after, you know, the case happened. But he's right. He gave 30 years of his life to the music game, and it's so weird that, like, there's people that's like in between. They're like, well, he did pee on somebody before, and it's like, you know, like, we can't keep defending a past, like, a person by his past, because, like, yeah, you know, he beat the case, and, you know, a lot of us is like, maybe he did it, maybe he did. We don't know what really happened. Like, but for Michael Jackson, for the people to wait 10 years, like, yo, y'all could have did all of that when he was still alive. But Michael Jackson owned a lot of stuff, and I feel like now they're trying to get it away from his kids because of the situation. He owned a lot of stuff, like, and I feel like the next person they're gonna come after this is gonna be what, like, it's gonna be Prince. If like Elvis had an open case about the same stuff that R. Kelly did, and that's wild. Like Elvis was married to a 14-year-old girl, and no one says anything about that. Like you can look it up. He was married to a 14-year-old girl. Matter of fact, I must the girl's name, and it is so wrong that this is all based on black and white. Like
You okay?
Yeah.
I'm trying to see what her name is. Yeah. Priscilla Bellalou, I think that's how you say that. She was 14 years old, yeah, when he married her. He was 10 years older than her, like. So that's like no one says anything about that, but you can look it straight up. Like it's and I bet though none of that stuff will ever come to light because people's not gonna care about that. There's cases nowadays where there was a college like a couple years ago, a white swimmer like diver of the college raped a girl, like dragged her behind a garbage can and raped her, and got 4 years probation. A black student was lied upon, and he got, I want to say like 4 years or 8 years in jail. And they found out that he lied, but he still had to stay in jail to do the sentences. Now, like that's crazy. There's a case like happened this year. I forgot what state it was in, but there was two people, one black and one white. The white guy had a gun on him. The black guy was with him when they were committing a robbery.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, the black guy's the one who was shot. The white guy was talking in. Nothing wrong with it. Like the black guy did survive, but it's crazy when you look at it like this. Like you can go cases for forever about this, and it's so wrong that in today's society it's very 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 scary to be in this world doing this. But people don't see it, and I feel like we have to bring awareness to it. Like everyone's blaming Trump, and I feel like Trump is somewhat to blame for what's happening in today's world because he let the racists believe that it's safe to be, you know, what you're doing and what you're going through. Growing up, I never really had to experience anything racist for real, until just recently at my last job. You feel me? I'm not going to speak on it, but it was very awkward being there. But Trump didn't make people racist, but he did use the fact that he was running for president. He did use the fact that he was running for president, and he ran on race, so people were feeling like, oh, he was with them. But not one time, if you look at it, did he, like when he said "Make America Great Again," not one time did he ever say, you know, kick black people out. Like he's racist towards Mexicans, openly racist towards Mexicans, building walls and stuff. Because if you look at it, it's so sad. But we talk about all the stuff that other races do. Caucasian people took over Indian land forcefully. The Indians had an agreement, you know, whatever you can walk in a day, you can have. The Caucasian was like, you know what, we're not going to walk, right? We're just going to kill y'all and take this land. They did that. 400 years of slavery, plus you can count today, you're still slavery. And that's brutal. We stay picking fights with people who we don't know. And it's so scary because you can be called into service any day of the week. The stuff that's happening in today's society is so wrong. Like it's definitely based off of race. All these black entertainers are going to jail for this stuff. That the same thing that their counterparts who are white are doing. And if we don't stand with them, no, they're definitely on their own out there. Like think about it like this: Big Ben, Big Ben had people watch a room while he, had sex with a girl who was not, wanted to be there. Now I'm gonna show you a list of white celebrities. Well, I'll tell you what's a list of white celebrities that stuff they did, and it's like nothing happened to them. Okay, Chef Mario Battelli, he stepped down, but he was accused of sexual misconduct. Nothing happened to him. He stepped down from his restaurant management. Okay, we got Chef John Beach was accused by 25 women of sexual harassment. He just stepped down from the company. Nick Carter, accused by pop singer Melissa Schumann for raping her approximately 15 years ago. And he denied it. But is he in jail? Nah. Louis C.K., accused by 5 women of sexual misconduct. He was planned to release a Netflix comedy called I Love You, Daddy. They canceled it. The crazy part is he says the allegations are true and he apologizes. So, for him apologizing, we can sweep that under the rug. Richard Dreyfuss, one woman alleged sexual harassment, he denied it. Film producer Adam Fields, director like Gary Gorder. We got Andy Henry, Dustin Hoffman. And it's like all these people are just apologizing for it, but there's nothing being talked to them about it. And these are all big names on the same level as Michael Jackson and stuff. Andrew Chrisberg, accused by 19 women of sexual harassment and inappropriate touching. The Pixar and Disney chief John Lesnar. Jeremy Pivens, Brett Ratner. This is so crazy that all of these people, Steven Seagal, accused by 2 women of rape, but you don't hear about none of these people in the limelight. But we just recently heard about Russell Simmons. So we hear about all the black ones. Tom Seasmore, we never heard of him. Kevin Spacey, accused by at least 24 men of sexual misconduct and assault. Why isn't he in the limelight? Jeffrey Tambor, George Takei. It's basically saying if you're black, that's what you should be scared of everything you're doing. This is just it's unsettling because it's just not what it is. This is even Donald Trump. Come on, yo. None of that stuff came out. We don't hear about none of this stuff going on, but yet it's out there and there's nothing we can do about it whatsoever. And it's definitely becoming a race issue. And it's making it to the point where young African American people are scared to even become famous. That's why I said if I ever become famous, I'm done. Since I become famous, I'm no offense to Elton John whatsoever because he's one of my favorite musicians ever. He's a dope entertainment. Y'all ain't gonna hear about me unless I'm out there doing the show. Swear to God. Y'all be none. I ain't throwing no parties. I ain't going to no parties. I'm going to be at home, chilling with my family. There's not going to be none of that. Oh yeah, Royale was nope. I wasn't out there, bro. Y'all are not going to catch me with anything. Even on the way up, that's why I'm trying to be saved about everything I'm doing because I don't want anyone to wait years down the line. I feel like if something happens, you should address it right then and there because the credibility of what you're doing starts to be weighed down from what really happened. And it's hard for people to come to your aid. By the same token, you're doing all this stuff and you're secretly ruining these people's lives. Not even secretly because it's out in the open. After that comes out, you got to think about it. You go out there and you accuse somebody of rape. Even years down the line, when you're like, oh, well, I lied about it. The damage is already done. You know how many jobs that man probably missed out on? He had to register as a sex offender, which probably ruined his life of ever becoming happy. It's so sad once that we don't understand what our words do. I'm not saying anybody I named is innocent, but I just found it very, very funny. I just read a list of white celebrities that we never ever even heard in the limelight, and they were just saying apologies. Like Louis C.K. is a well known comedian, and he just apologized of 2 counts of rape, and they just let it go. But I bet you any money, if that was Tracy Morgan, he'd be done for. If it was Kevin Hart, he'd be done for. If it was Darnell Jones, he'll be done for. Like, this stuff is so sad, like that. These people are allowed to just say they're sorry, and nothing happens. But R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, and now Michael Jackson, Prince is next year. Like, all of this stuff could have been talked about when they were alive, like, and we're not doing it. Like, if y'all agree, like, let me know in the comments how y'all feel about this shit. But y'all already know what to do. Yo, like, share, subscribe, man. We on the road, yo. Like, just let me know what's going on.
Wearing me a pepper brown bitch. She came with the fit, yeah. She came with the shits. She can't wait to hit the modern bottle with the wrist again. Christian Louboutin and Louis Vuitton. Go beyond decision, moving on and moving in.